Odin, the Allfather, king of the Aesir and shaper of the Nine Realms, is the final and most formidable foe Kratos has ever encountered. Not just an enemy of pure power, but a schemer, an intelligent opponent who plays his pieces with precision and purpose, one who rules with an iron fist, the one who no one could hope to stand up to. Is he the most powerful enemy Kratos has ever faced? Let's find out.
Was this everything you hoped for?
Odin, like all beings, was created after the formation of Ymir, who spawned from the fire and ice which formed within Ginnungagap. Nearly every being in all of creation then spawned from Ymir, the progenitor of almost everything in the Nine Realms. The Aesir, led by Odin, eventually began to think of themselves as superior to their creator, so Odin took up his spear and killed Ymir. This is important to note, as from Ymir, nearly everything originated, including the World Tree and the Nine Realms which sit upon its branches. From Ymir's flesh, Odin created Midgard, Asgard, Alfheim, Svartalfheim, as well as Vanaheim. Each of these realms being their own universe within the Norse realm obviously makes these feats very impressive. Now, we know Odin didn't create each and every heavenly body contained within these realms, but regardless, the universes in which these planets resided still came from Ymir, a being whose creation spawned a multiverse, as well as the Yggdrasil, which transcends space and time itself. However, Ymir's death was not without consequence. The blood which poured from Ymir's wounds threatened to destroy all of that which Ymir created, and Odin wished to rule. So, right off the bat, we're talking about multiversal levels of power for Odin, and it gets even more consistent the further you look into it. Odin's main tool is his magic, which is as powerful, if not more so, than any other gods from any other realms. With it, he caged Mimir. The bonds which held Mimir were made so strong that no weapon could ever hope to cut Mimir from them.
Odin made sure that no weapon, not even Thor's hammer, could free my body from these bonds.
This would include Mjolnir, as well as the Leviathan axe, which is the mighty hammer's equal, and even Ingrid, the sentient sword which Freyr used to stop an attack from Ragnarok itself. Ragnarok was created by combining the body of Surtur, the frozen heart of Sinmara, as well as the primordial flame of the Blades of Chaos. If you remember the first time Atreus and Kratos meet Surtur, he casually tosses them aside with all the panache of Dr. Manhattan.
Go away.
So even before becoming Ragnarok itself, Surtur was incredibly powerful. However, if you remember a minute ago when we were discussing the heavenly bodies of the Norse multiverse and their origins, I mentioned that Odin did not create the stars that you see in the skies of each realm. That was actually Surtur.
Back when Ymir first emerged from Ginnungagap, it was Surt who followed next. He came from Muspelheim, the fire realm, bringing heat to the young cosmos, conjuring the sun from his primordial flame.
Surtur himself is incredibly powerful, able to create innumerable stars, galaxies, nebulae, possibly even an infinite number if each realm is infinite in size. It wouldn't be that much of a stretch to assume Surtur himself would be relative to his brother Ymir, as they were both created the exact same way, one a frost giant and the other a fire giant. Then we add to this power Sinmara's frozen heart and the ultra-potent primordial flame which powers the Blades of Chaos and even empowers Kratos himself, and you have a monstrosity with power far beyond anything ever imagined within the Norse realms. But despite this seemingly insurmountable power, Odin was able to bind Mimir so tightly that not even a weapon which could stop an attack from Ragnarok dead in its tracks could hope to free him from. While Ingrid wouldn't be more powerful than Ragnarok itself, as the entity was able to overpower Ingrid, it is impressive that Freyr and his sword were able to stop an attack at all. And of course, like I've said, Odin's magic would be more powerful than Ingrid. While Odin could not stand up to Ragnarok, it is still important to note that he could probably affect or damage Ragnarok with his most potent magic. Odin's magic at one point is referred to as the most potent Kratos had ever encountered. This is specifically referring to the Black Breath, which prevented he and Atreus' ascent to the highest peaks. Freya's powerful Hœnir magic was useless against it, and only the pure light of Alfheim could pierce it. However, the potency could literally just be the stench which the black breath produced, which seems to be the implication when reading into the context of the statement from the novelization. And speaking of Freya, one of the most powerful beings within the Norse realm, one who is stated to possibly be too much for Atreus and Kratos, pales in comparison to Odin. The feather in Freya's cap is her magic, and Odin coveted her abilities, but eventually coerced her into teaching him. Kratos and Atreus relied on her magic for most of their journey. Her spells could even make her son immortal.
Tell me Baldur's vulnerability.
Aye, Baldur is blessed with invulnerability to all threats, physical or magical. Baldur is blessed with invulnerability to all threats, physical or magical. Baldur is blessed with invulnerability to all threats, physical or magical. Fool, he was invulnerable to all threats.
Physical or magical.
Baldur is blessed with invulnerability to all threats, physical or magical.
Enough.
However, Odin eventually surpassed Freya's abilities, and in the final battle with the Allfather, it took the combined might of Freya, Kratos, and Atreus to stand a chance. Freya herself is no slouch. We've already discussed how powerful her magical abilities are, but she's also a fierce warrior, near the level of Kratos himself. As Queen of the Valkyries, she is revered by the fiercest warriors in the land, and was able to fight Atreus and Kratos on even footing just by herself. And like I said, her immense powers are even stated to be possibly too much for Kratos and Atreus to battle head-on, which we see in their confrontations. Freya is able to not only break the Guardian Shield, which endured attacks from each and every foe, from Baldur to Magni and Modi to every other Valkyrie, including Sigrun, and stab right through Kratos multiple times. Without her, Kratos and Atreus would have fallen to Odin. He had already defeated them by the time Freya arrived. Father and son were trapped by Odin's sealing magic, and at any point he could have been able to end them if he wished to. To even affect Odin with magic, Freya needed an artifact which was a charged object and significant to Odin himself, but even that wasn't enough. Odin was still able to find the strength to cast a spell and release himself before taking on the deadly trio. Odin's list of spells, curses, and all manner of magical abilities seem never-ending. He can cast various elemental spells that control fire, ice, and the earth. He can cast toxic spells which poison his foes. He can blind his enemies, preventing them from seeing his next attack. He can teleport, fire blasts of raw magical energy, shapeshift into different beings, although the person he wants to impersonate must be alive at the time. He can of course summon ethereal ravens to keep watch over the 9 realms and spy on his behalf. He can cast protection spells to stave off the effects of hell, and even Fimbulwinter itself. He protected all of Asgard from Fimbulwinter, which weakened all the magic throughout the rest of the 9 realms, including every single magical enchantment and enhancement that Kratos and Atreus and even Freya had during the previous events. He can prevent others from traveling throughout the realms, conceal events from the sights of others, regenerate himself, and even heal others as he does with Hrist and Mist. Like I said, it's a lot. However, Odin isn't simply a magical powerhouse. He's also a master combatant who could trade blows with the exceptionally skilled Freya and Kratos. But what makes Odin truly dangerous is his intellect. He's a genius and master manipulator who, again, plays the pieces on the proverbial chessboard like none other, using his cunning strategy to stave off the inevitable for hundreds of winters. He was able to seamlessly infiltrate Kratos' inner circle as Tyr and learn of events he would never know of, giving himself the upper hand when leading into Ragnarok. But is Odin the most powerful adversary Kratos has ever gone up against? Well, his feats seem impressive enough. Killing the multiverse-creating Ymir, forging magical bonds that no weapon can break, creating magic more potent than any Kratos had ever seen. He is stated to be the most formidable foe in the entire series. But Odin is much more than his raw power. His ability to manipulate others, get close to Atreus, and use prophecy to twist Kratos into knots. It's really impressive. He's keeping the hero from his happy ending for as long as he possibly can. While I believe Zeus harnessing and becoming the embodiment of fear himself could probably beat Odin in a one-on-one fight, Odin has the advantage in a wartime scenario. If the Norse realm went up to battle against the Greek gods, I would surely want Odin on my side. But without that powerful fear amp, is Odin more than a match for Zeus? I think the question is certainly up for debate. Well, I'm gonna be honest, I've never seen Zeus do anything quite like this. Let me know what you think down in the comments. Thanks for watching, everybody. Really do appreciate it. Again, let me know what you think of Odin down in the comments. Would you like to see any more power scaling from the God of War universe? I'm currently gathering all the information that I can. Really fell in love with the universe after 2018's God of War, so I'm catching up on everything else. Again, remember to like and subscribe. It does really help us out. And be sure to remember the motto, it's the All-Father over everything, and I'll see you guys next time.